details tonight on the Jeffrey Willis investigation and what led police to charge him with kidnapping and
Jeffrey Willis with murder and kidnapping, and his cousin, Kevin Bloom.
A young mother, working late at a quiet gas station, and then, she was gone. No witnesses, no security footage of her leaving, and no explanation. Jessica Heeringa's disappearance wasn't just a mystery, it was the beginning of a chilling hunt for a predator hiding in plain sight. Welcome to More Crime. Here, we uncover the darkest true crime stories that the world can't forget. New videos are uploaded every second day, so make sure to hit subscribe and turn on the bell icon, because you won't want to miss what comes next. Jessica Heeringa was just 25 years old, a young mother, working hard to provide for her little boy. On the night of April 26, 2013, she was covering a late shift at the Exxon gas station in Norton Shores, Michigan. It was a quiet Friday evening, the kind of night where regular customers stopped by, and everything seemed normal. But just after 11 p.m., that normal night turned into something terrifying. A customer pulled up to the station, only to find it completely abandoned. Jessica's belongings were still there, her purse, her car, even her money in the register. But Jessica herself was gone. There was no sign of a robbery, no forced entry, nothing to suggest she had simply walked away. Police were called immediately, and within hours, the gas station became the center of a frantic search. Family and friends flooded the area, begging for answers. Jessica wasn't the type to disappear. She adored her son, she was making plans for her future, and she had every reason to go home that night. What investigators would uncover next was far more sinister than anyone imagined. Witnesses recalled seeing a silver minivan near the gas station, driven by a man who seemed to be watching Jessica closely in the days before her disappearance. That man was Jeffrey Willis, a name that would soon become synonymous with fear in western Michigan. Jessica's case wasn't just a missing persons investigation. It would unravel into a chilling story of stalking, abduction, and murder, and expose a predator who had been hiding in plain sight. In the hours after Jessica Heeringa's disappearance, police combed the gas station for evidence. They found Jessica's belongings undisturbed, her car parked where she left it, her money still inside the till, and no signs of forced entry or struggle inside the store. But what they did find outside was chilling, a small drop of blood near the station, later confirmed to be Jessica's. Witnesses came forward with key details. Several people reported seeing a silver Chrysler minivan circling the area that night. One witness remembered a heavy-set man with sandy blonde hair, someone who seemed out of place. Police released a sketch and began asking the public for tips. As days stretched into weeks, the community organized massive search efforts. Flyers with Jessica's photo were plastered across Michigan, and volunteers scoured wooded areas, abandoned buildings, and highways, hoping to find a clue. Yet, despite the efforts, Jessica remained missing. The case took a dark turn when investigators connected the van to Jeffrey Willis, a local man with no criminal record but a disturbing history of inappropriate behavior. Willis was described as quiet, even reclusive, but people who knew him recalled unsettling encounters, his habit of watching women too closely, his temper, and his obsession with violent material. When police finally searched his home and van years later, what they found was horrifying: handcuffs, rope, syringes filled with chemicals, and disturbing videos on his computer. Among the files was a folder labeled VICS, short for victims. Inside were references to women who had gone missing, including evidence tying him to Jessica Heeringa. The puzzle pieces were finally coming together, but what investigators discovered next revealed that Jessica wasn't Willis's only victim. For years, Jessica Heeringa's case haunted her family and the entire community. Leads trickled in but nothing solid enough to bring closure, until 2016. That year, a teenage girl named Rebecca Blech was found murdered while jogging near her home in Muskegon County. Investigators linked Jeffrey Willis's silver minivan to the scene. When police pulled Willis over, they found more than they expected. Inside his van were handcuffs, zip ties, syringes, and a gun, an abduction kit, carefully prepared. This discovery gave detectives the leverage they needed to search his home. What they uncovered was a nightmare: disturbing videos, violent pornography, and a secret folder on his computer labeled VICS. Inside were references to potential victims, including Jessica Heeringa. Even more damning was a witness who testified that Willis had confided to him about Jessica. He admitted being near the gas station the night she vanished. Pieces of her blood were matched to samples in his van, directly linking him to her abduction. Prosecutors revealed during trial that Willis had a pattern. Jessica wasn't the first woman he targeted, nor would she have been the last. Evidence tied him to both Jessica's disappearance and Rebecca Blecha's murder. Investigators also discovered his connection to a planned abduction of another teenage girl, one who thankfully escaped before he could carry out his plan. By the time Willis faced trial, the evidence was overwhelming. Witnesses placed his van at the crime scene, forensic evidence tied him directly to Jessica, and the materials found in his home painted the picture of a predator who had been hiding in plain sight for years. But while a conviction brought justice, one heartbreaking truth remained. Jessica Heeringa's body was never found. In 2018, nearly 5 years after Jessica Heeringa vanished, Jeffrey Willis finally stood trial. For Jessica's family, it was the moment they had long waited for, though it came with heavy hearts knowing she was still missing. The courtroom was filled with tension as prosecutors laid out their case. They presented forensic evidence linking Jessica's blood to Willis's minivan, testimony from witnesses who had seen his vehicle at the gas station that night, and chilling digital evidence from his computer. One of the most disturbing pieces of testimony came from Willis's cousin, who claimed Willis admitted to him that he had taken Jessica. The defense tried to cast doubt, arguing that there was no body, no direct evidence proving Jessica had been murdered. But the jury saw the larger picture: Willis's obsession with violence, his abduction kit, his history of stalking women, and the undeniable forensic trail left behind. After days of deliberation, the jury returned with a verdict: guilty of first-degree murder and kidnapping. Willis was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole, ensuring he would never walk free again. For Jessica's family, the verdict was bittersweet. They had fought tirelessly for justice, and in the end, Willis was held accountable. Yet the absence of Jessica's body left a permanent wound. Her mother, father, and little boy were forced to live without ever having the chance to say goodbye. The community of Norton Shores mourned alongside them. Vigils were held, candles lit, and Jessica's name became a symbol of resilience and a reminder of how quickly evil can strike in everyday places. But Jessica's story also sparked something bigger: a determination to protect others and ensure predators like Willis could never hide in plain sight again. Even though Jessica Heeringa's body has never been found, her story has left a permanent mark on her community and across the nation. Her disappearance became a chilling reminder that danger can strike in the most ordinary places: a gas station, a late-night shift, a quiet corner of town. In the aftermath of her case, discussions about safety for workers in late-night retail jobs gained momentum. Many called for stricter security measures at gas stations, such as better surveillance systems, mandatory two-person staffing at night, and improved safety protocols. Jessica's case wasn't just about justice. It became about prevention, about ensuring no other young woman would vanish without warning while simply trying to do her job. Her family continues to honor her memory, especially for the son she left behind. He is growing up knowing that his mother's story has inspired change, and that her courage and spirit live on in the fight for safety and justice. For the community of Norton Shores and beyond, Jessica's name remains a symbol of strength and resilience. Her story serves as a warning, but also as a call to action. Jessica Heeringa's tragic case is one we should never forget. It reminds us to stay aware, to look out for each other, and to demand stronger protections so that what happened to Jessica never happens again. If you found this story as haunting and important as we did, make sure to subscribe to Noir Crime, where we bring you real true crime cases every second day. Don't forget to like this video, share it with others, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Because remembering these stories keeps their voices alive. Justice may have been served, but Jessica's legacy continues through us.